Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Luke here, and we're back for some more Rugby League 26, and in particular, some pro team action. Now, you can tell by the title of this video, it is going to be quite a dominant one. Now, I feel like I made it pretty clear in all my recent videos that I feel like pro team is the game mode to play. It's easily my favorite game mode. It's something that I play off camera, and all these games you're going to be seeing are all ones that I played off camera. They're my most recent 6 games, and they're all rage quits. Now, hopefully this puts to bed this whole little discussion of like, I don't like the game because I'm bad at it. Like, here's some proof. 6 games in a row, 6 rage quits. Like, I've got a pretty fair side, to be honest. If you'd seen my video a couple of days ago, going over my side, I've actually improved it since then. I've added in Adam Reynolds, 91 rated, I think it was. Also, 3/4 of the way through this video, I pick up Stephen Crichton. But hopefully this puts to bed the little discussion that I suck at the game, and that's why I don't like it. I'm pretty handy at the game, and you've already seen me absolutely wipe the floor with Winston. I'll do it again. I'll happily do it again. I'll do it on pro team. I think I might be the best out of all the content creators. I'm just throwing it out there. Anyways, sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, and let's check out the gameplay footage. So like I said, this is a little bit of a post commentary, but our very first game, it is going to be quite a good one. Like I said, the team lineup that I had, it's pretty standard from what you saw a couple days ago. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. But Stefano's easily been one of the better players I picked up. Genuinely one of the best ones. The prop position is a position I haven't really invested too much in, but you see here, Glitch City there. If it was playing against a computer, I would have checked out more replays, but you can't really do that when you're playing against, you know, an actual person. The game just keeps moving. We got the ball back. Don't know if that's fair. Don't know if it's dog. But regardless, we pick up our first try. Adam Reynolds, like I said, 91 rated. Has really good stats. He's my goal kicker. Essentially my captain. He was a guy that I saw his card and I was like, I need to have him. He looks really good. Doesn't actually look like, you know, the player you have in real life in terms of he's like pacey and all that sort of stuff, but seems perfect for Rugby League 26. I'm not going to lie. Now, this game in particular, it was a little bit laggy, glitchy. I wasn't sure if it was my internet connection because I have 17, you know, ping. Like, it shouldn't be the connection, but the actual game itself was quite laggy here. So, if what you're seeing, you're going, oh man, like, is the game glitching out or is the video glitching out? Like, no, this is just actually the game. This is what I actually experienced when I was playing it. I mean, it could just be a case of just the game just being glitchy, like in terms of my computer couldn't handle or something, but it's pretty much the only one out of all these games, like pretty much for the whole time I've played it, when I'm not streaming and stuff, that the game's been a little bit laggy. And even when I am streaming, it doesn't lag like that. But you can see here, everything's gone sort of back to normal. Liam Marshall, one of my very first players I packed, who was like a blue card. You see here, just change of direction. I feel like the change of direction, super underrated on this game. I feel like there's little cheesy plays that people like to do, and this is one of them. But this only works. Harry Grant, out of dummy half. I did pack Harry Grant. Love him. I think he's easily the best dummy half in the game. You can see there's our first rage quit. Now, this is why I don't think this is cheesy. It's because it's not a case of running from dummy half every game. The reason that worked is because I wasn't running from dummy half. We're setting up plays, changing directions. So he's focusing on that. Then, from 40 metres out, we go from dummy half. You see it a few times in here. There's just like little moments where I was able to sort of capitalise on that. Dummy half runs a part of the game. It's cheesy when people do it 10 metres out from the line, or they do it every single play. Same way as the ones who do the fans. You can see here the guy wants to offload every single chance he can. It didn't work out. It just didn't work out. Sorry, son. Didn't work out. We're going to try and just go through here. Mitchie Barnett. It's too easy. It's too easy. Literally, one of the first times we touched the ball. He throws some shitty offloads. Is what it is, mate. Blue and white. Bulldogs fan, I'm guessing. I think he had a fair few Bulldogs players in the squad, so I can respect him for that. But, yeah, just in terms of his overall gameplay, his big thing was just offload whenever he could. See, they're absolutely terrible kicks. So this wasn't something where I was just... everything was going my way, and I'm just going to absolutely wipe the floor of them, start to finishing. See there, another offload. Great little tackle there. Angus Crichton coming across, but he is going to capitalise here. It is going to be Chatty Townsend, big Chad guy, retiring this year. Big Chad guy going over and scoring. I'm not a big try guy for the opposition, not that, but Matty Burton, he actually had him playing in the centres. Definitely tell this guy is a Bulldogs fan, right? It's blue and white, 1977 up there. Shout out to him, but it is what it is. I was going to win this one. Should have scored there. Should have scored there with my Super League. I think he's 90 rated, possibly 91. Guy looks an absolute weapon of a card. Super League, super underrated. Just go get Super League, guys. But Jacob Carraz with a little hit and spin animation. I still have major beef that that's a step animation and not like a shoulder barge. To me, a hit and spin isn't a stepping move. It's more like a forward move, right? Like you go up, you hit and spin. And low-key, it's such a slow animation too. So I don't know what my thoughts are on that little animation, but regardless, it worked out for King Karaz. Jacob Karaz gets us there. Now we did like a little drop play there, just went across, dropped it back, and then right before half-time, with the field position that we had, we get a penalty literally right as half-time was being called. Adam Reynolds smokes it over from, what was it, like 30, 40 out. As soon as that happened, I thought, oh, do I go for like the smart play or do I go for a try? And I was like, you know what? Brains. Got to use the brains. You got to play smart in this game. You got to play smart. A lot of people don't play smart and they do little offloads like that and then they wonder why they don't win at the game. It's as simple as that. Play smart. That was a calculated offload. We're not throwing offloads willy-nilly. We're throwing it when we can. This one, super lucky. If I conceded this one, I would have raged. I don't know why. I literally just threw like a regular pass and it cut out all those guys. I can understand the rage quit with this one. I'll give him that. But again, 18-6 up. It was going to be 20-6. We're smoking him anyways. We weren't ever really a threat to be losing that one. But we pick up another victory up against the Tweed Dogs. I'm guessing he's a Queensland Dogs fan. You can see our lineup there, still pretty much unchanged. His one, it's pretty decent. He's got Nathan Cleary, Jackson Hastings in the halves. He's got Dylan Edwards at the back. A few little strange ones. And this is where you can tell some guys have just open, I guess, their free packs, and then they've just, chucked the team together. He's got Jaden Campbell on the wing, but he's been fortunate enough to kind of come up with like a Nathan Cleary. But pretty much one of the very first plays of the game, he goes through a big hit, and I was going to say, this guy actually was half decent at the game. There we go. Off the head, Liam Marshall gets it. The big, bald, beautiful guy, Liam Marshall, is going to go there. He's going to get caught, though. We're going to find Benny Garcia was another player that I did pick up. All these Super League players, super overpowered, super good, and super cheap if you want to pick them up on the market. But we did time that last pass to Stefano. It was absolutely perfect. It was divine, that one. Could have easily just taken the tackle or threw a bad pass, but I knew that if we just sort of draw them in a little bit, which a lot of times I do stuff up, to be honest with you, and I don't time it well. And just then I could have passed it on the left. I really should have in hindsight. But we have Harry Smith in there. But Mitch Barnett finds himself in all these positions. Again, when I'm watching it back, I kind of do understand these guys rage quitting, right? I kind of do get it. But that one was super easy. Again, this is what I want to talk about, where you've got to be able to analyze your opponents and you've got to play smart. This guy had a tendency to go to, one of the players, a few to the left or a few to the right, and he'd rush out. He would rush out looking for, I'm guessing, like a big hit, but that was his thing. So if, you run from dummy half, or you just literally do what I did with kick up, I just ran straight. I didn't do anything. I didn't step, didn't do nothing. Just ran straight, untouched. You got to be able to sort of recognize that sort of stuff. You got to recognize what are they doing. That's where the good and bad players kind of get separated. I'm not going to say I'm the best of the best, but best of these content creators for sure. But we have a guy. This is, I think, one of the better sides I've taken on. Still one of the better ones. And if you're wondering what jersey I'm actually using currently, I'm using the Southford. I think it's the away kit, potentially the alternate kit, something like that. Again, very unlucky for the guy to actually lose the ball there. But Matt Dafty picked him up. I've been trying to get him for ages. I got him. Look at that, just blistering pace, straight from the scrum. He, again, controlled the player. He changed to the wrong player, I'm guessing. Left space, bam, we just hit the gap. A lot of people throw the pass. You definitely can do that, and maybe I would have scored regardless. That's definitely a possibility, but again, I thought that was a really nice try. A really nice little hit there. So this guy actually was pretty good, and this was one of the guys who 100% knows how to do the little palm spam. It's a big thing that's going along TikTok and all that sort of stuff about guys who they can palm. Literally, this was like 3 plays in a row. He just palmed me off every single time. And there was nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do, really. I can come across and just have players in support, but the guy isn't smart enough to do it and then, mix things up a little bit. He kind of just kept going to the well again and again and again and eventually picked up on it. But again, you can see there, just palmed me off. Did get a little bit gun shy. This is like the first time I've proper come up against someone who's been able to nail it every single time. And if you're able to do it, credit to you, because I can't do it. I've tried, but I'm just going to smash him through just pure ability. Now there, I probably should have just kept running, but we got a few offloads there. Again, there's a knock on. It really shouldn't have been my ball, but if the guy wants to cheese the palms, then is what it is. Happy to do it. Did go back there. I thought we're actually going to score, but we're just going to look for a little sort of flat ball. William kick out. Absolute try scoring freak at this point. It's crazy that by the end of this video, kicker isn't going to be in my starting side. But it is for the time being. Adam Reynolds nails goal. We have a 6-point lead. Thinking like nothing too crazy at the moment. It's very back and forth. I definitely wasn't confident about, I was confident about winning it, but it wasn't a given. Why the support player didn't get that ball, I don't know. But this is the second time Mitch Barnett has had like a ricocheted pass and he ends up with the ball. But right here, this genuinely might be the best bomb I could have done. Literally could have done. You can see here, he goes over the sideline. He's kind of stalled a little bit, and I was like, no, surely not. Surely they're not going to do this to me, but we end up getting the ball back, and we're going to capitalize. Straight from the scrum or straight from the play the ball. Adam Reynolds, we go crossfield. I look for that little one-on-one, and I capitalize on it. Adam Reynolds is a high-rated card. That's what you got to do. You got to calculate your little mismatches, and I recognize that Adam Reynolds one-on-one in this game. I'm not going to say in real life, but in this game, his card is good enough to beat his player one-on-one from that far out. Exactly what we did. The rage quit happened. So what's that? That's 3 rage quits on the trot. Can we do it again? Obviously, we can do it again. I mean, we're taking on the Auckland Blues. I think that's a Rugby Union side, but we're taking on Hulk Snags. I did change my jerseys. Newcastle Thunder. Shout out to the Newcastle Thunder. If you know, you know. History there. And I think maybe it's another possible Super League side as my away jersey. I don't know, but yeah, no, I'm glad. As soon as I packed the Newcastle Thunder jersey from just like when you log in, you get those little squad builder, team booster things, whatever they're called, and you generally get like lots of jerseys. That was something where I was like, I've got to capitalize on this. I've got to change it. But the reason I showed that little clip just before is this guy's play style. And this is again, you got to analyze the play style. Every single time he would take a few steps out of dummy half and he'd go back the other way. Super easy. The guy literally made like 15 meters in the first set. And that's absolutely beautiful. Stephen Crichton's first game. I'm going to clap here. That's absolutely beautiful. We hit him with the short ball. Pretty much just used the hands. Absolutely perfect there. We did have lots of chances because obviously just with how the game is, I was able to spread it out. But the guy was half decent. This was probably the most competitive game, and not in the sense of like palming off the players and all that sort of stuff. But obviously the second that I scored that try, it was done. So if that guy had actually kept playing the game, like maybe he would have got back into it. But I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know. 6-0 up though, he does rage quit. So there's another one. Another one, as DJ Khaled would say. But yeah, Stephen Crichton comes into the side, and massive difference. And the little debate I had in my head was, I have Lee Marshall, who's, I don't even know who he plays for, to be honest with you. Some of the Super League sides, maybe Wigan potentially. I play him in the centres, although he's a winger. I play him in the centres though, because I feel like since Rugby League Live 4, centres are always more important. Your wingers are kind of just there, they don't really do too much. Your best players you could chuck in the wing, and they've gone very, they've kind of reverted back to Rugby League Live 4, let's be real. So centres, again, super overpowered. It used to be forwards when you started the game, now it's the centres. That's a terrible pass though. This was another guy who did throw a lot of offloads, and it's kind of a little bit of like wait and see. You just kind of got to capitalise on errors. And as you can see there, he went for a big hit. One of those guys as well who was going for big hits left, right and centre. He actually was half decent. It's like the more I played the game, the better players I was coming up against. That was just, I feel like the game glitched out. I don't know what it looked like in his end, because sometimes what it looks like on my end and looks like on your end, it's a little bit different. But for me, Stephen Crichton just ran over untouched. That was literally it. I've conceded tries through that. Spazadaza, just is what it is. The game kind of just doesn't register things. But this is an absolute beauty of a kick. Adam Reynolds, I believe it was. It might have been Harry Smith. I don't know. Whoever did it, absolute worldie there. And then you can see here again, we were shifting it across. I think I figured out how to shift against real players. Computer struggle a little bit, but again, the guy, he just changes to the nearest player. Wouldn't recommend that. We go over and score, but he's like a funny little glitch where his player's obviously running upfield, running back to halfway line, I'm guessing, to do the kickoff or whatever. But the game actually didn't award the try. I mean, the scoreboard said that we got it, so I was pretty confident with that. But instead, we ended up getting tackled too. So our guy got up, Stephen Crichton got up, and then still scored. So I don't know if there was a little bit of lag on this guy's end or what's the go. Because my ping's always been green, so I've never really had too much of a problem. But we're just making inroads here. And again, we're just putting icing on the cake here. Harry Grant runs through. Again, I'd been shifting crossfield a lot. So he's kind of waiting for me to shift crossfield. Kind of chase out a dummy half a little bit here and there. But again, he's gone to the players outside. He's rushed up, left the gap. and it was just me up against the computer, bam, ping the ears back, and we have another rage quit. Another rage quit, and also our last rage quit. I tell you what, we absolutely killed it this one. Now, it does help that my team, it's super good. Realistically, I think I have one of the more overpowered sides. I've looked at players' actual stats. I've pretty much did what I used to do on FIFA when I've done it NBA. I've kind of not looked at players in the sense of like, oh, I really like this player in real life, or I need to use this guy. I was like, nah, we're cutting that out. We're going for the best players. It's going to be sweaty online. It's going to be super, super sweaty. And I'm trying not to sweat, and I'm absolutely smoking them still. So if anyone wants a game, comment section below. Let me know. I'm willing to take this on, especially if you're a content creator. Old1X, insane. I'm trying to set up games. You guys are dodging. Give me a game. Come on. Now, for real though, I do want to take on Winston in a pro team game. So go into his video, let him know that I should play him in pro team. Pro team's more his thing, not just like random games. Anyways, guys, I thought I'd just clear the air that I don't suck ass at this game. I'm half decent, as you can tell. 6 rage quits in a row. It takes a little bit of skill to do that. Although, I don't know. This is kind of how the game is, though. You saw sometimes I'm quitting after I'd scored 1 try. But that's just online for you. That is online. You got to take advantage of it. You really have to. But, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Thank you for watching. If you happen to get this far through the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. But leave in the comment section below, who do you want to see me play? What content creators do you want to see me play? And probably smash, let's be real. Anyways, once again, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more content on the channel. Don't know if I'm going to be doing daily videos, whatever, but I still do play Rugby League 26. It is half enjoyable from time to time, especially online. So I'll be doing some more content, but stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one. See yous. Well, that's the end of this video. If you happen to enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. You know the drill at this point. Everybody YouTubers does it. Just go ahead and do it. It'd really help me out. Also, why not go ahead and check out some of these other videos that are on the screen right now.